if you are purposeless and marry a purposeful person, a purposeless partner with a purposeful partner, they will fight each other. It's like spirit and flesh fighting one another. I can tell you, many times it does not work out because the spirit will say, I'm leaving, or the flesh will say, I can't be here because I'm not welcome here.
Thank you for joining us today and welcome to the Beautifully Broken Me podcast. Our conversations are centered on helping you tap into your authentic superpowers where you can become your truest, authentic self. Do you want more out of your life? Do you desire a life where you can flourish freely and live a life of peace, joy, and abundance? Leveraging on all of your life experiences and using them as a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block? My guest will definitely challenge your thinking, giving you practical and relatable tools to be more, do more, and have more. My name is Nabo IJ. I want to officially welcome you to the show. Before I bring on my guest, I just want you guys to know that I have a small gig, I have a small business. It is called Noble IJ Collections. Noble IJ Collection is an online store. We specialize on all kinds of hats, fancy hats, derby hats, church hats, party hats, wedding hats, fashion hats. Please do well to support my small business. Check out the link on my show note. Hello and welcome to this very incredible episode of the Beautifully Broken Me podcast. I have this very highly sought after speaker. Like, guys, it took me almost 6 months to get hold of Chinda Chinda. And I'm so blown away and I'm thoroughly grateful that we're getting to have this conversation. I want you to get your notepads ready. We are going on a ride. I'm just going to read Chinda's bio, guys. It's pretty long. I just want you to be a little patient with me while I read this. So I have this guest. His name is Chinda Chinda. This is one guest that has, his name and his last name are just the same name, guys. So yeah. So Chinda Chinda is a 28 child, of a family of 36 children. But this, kids actually dropped to, he actually dropped to the 11th child of 20 children alive. He lost 16 brothers and sisters from various illness during the Nigerian Civil War and post-war era. His dad his dad had 68 grandchildren and 25 great-grandchildren with 3 wives. Wow. His early life was not glamorous and exciting at all, but he learned early to make the best of his resources, refusing to let limitation derail him from his life's purpose. Chinda is an award winning motivational and transformational speaker. He's a certified relationship and performance coach. He's an NLP practitioner. He's a best selling author. He's an entrepreneur. He's a preacher. He's a senior IT consultant. He is a passionate youth and young adult leader and mentor. He's the founder of the following organizations: Limitless Life Pro Academy, Marriage Life Management, Care Ministry, 4XL Telecom. All these are based in the UK. Chinda wrote 2 best-selling books, and these are the books: What Can I Do to Make My Marriage Work? And the other book is The Power of Personal Change. Chinda teaches and mentors young generations and ambitious individuals to rise to the challenges of changing times, to develop into an accountable and responsible leader for tomorrow with a distinctive and high performing mindset while retaining the identity of their best and highest self. Chinda coaches matured young adults, engaged persons, newlyweds, the married, single parents, separated and divorced to find unique relationships and personality differences, to responsibly manage and overcome all relationships pain points, to build and create a relationship that is stable, strong, and satisfying throughout their lives together. Oh my wow, guys. Thank you for your patience listening to the Bible. And I just want to officially welcome you to the Beautifully Broken Me podcast.
Wow, thank you so much for having me. I'm so delighted, Noble IJ. It's a beautiful thing you're doing here. and I know that we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have some eye-opening moment, and I pray that all those listening and all those gonna be engaged in this podcast will have some epiphany in their lives that can take them forward in their relationship. So yeah, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, so much. So we're just jumping right on this conversation. Today we're looking at the topic before you say I do. Okay, before you say I do. And the subtopic is basically listen, execute, and be informed. Okay, be informed. And that's really the key word. And honestly, like from the bio Chinda, you're very passionate about relationship. And out of curiosity, because I see you're doing a lot of things, you're a highly sought after speaker. You are incredible. You're doing such an incredible job. You know, why relationship basically? Why?
Thank you so much. That's an interesting question because most times we do things, and it's good to know why you're doing something. Okay, because if you know why you're doing something, you will have more passion and more desire for what you're doing.
Mhm,
For me personally, as you saw in my bio, I'm from a polygamous home, and growing up is not an exciting place. Let me put it very bluntly. And my mother was the last wife, as you can tell, and I don't think there was anything like love or affection. I didn't see any kind of romantic gestures. I didn't see any kind of fulfillment.
mhm,
My mother wasn't really fulfilled, and many times she cried, she feel bad, she feel miserable, and she feel like leaving us because we were so many. And she just feels sad that if she leaves us, she don't know what's going to become of us. So she gave up quite a lot to be there, but being there wasn't satisfactory, wasn't fulfilling, because she married my dad when she was about 18, and my dad is elder to my mom with over 30 years, in fact precisely 35 years older than my
wow.
mom. So in today's world you might call it child abuse. Okay, luckily my father was not arrested, so but he married somebody that is his daughter. You know what I'm saying? So you can imagine the gap, even by age alone, that is almost double generation ahead. You can
Mhm,
imagine that.
wow.
So there's no way they're gonna be in the same level, in the same
Mhm,
connection, in the same discussion. So I saw that firsthand.
mhm,
Yeah, but I think what really drove me into this, my mother was kind of a precursor, was the beginning of the what I saw, and I felt things might be better, things might be different. Is my elder sister.
mhm,
Okay, this is a woman that is so passionate. She read journalism, and also she read law, and she was
mhm,
passionate about helping, supporting women, doing a lot of great things back in Africa and Nigeria, precisely Niger Delta.
mhm,
However, she fell in love, as most people will do.
mhm,
And love is always very wide wind, very romantic and exciting, and the whole eros kind of thing, just all over
mhm,
the place. And but she was someone that is highly respected in my state, working with the government and all that. But the biggest problem she had was that, and that's what I'm going to be sharing here today, because my sister didn't have the opportunity to know those things, and she get
mhm,
into the relationship with this man, and before we realized it, she want to get married within a year, and they got married. But remember, why she got married? She was the Niger Delta journalism president, so which was based in Port Harcourt,
mhm,
River State. And the challenge was that she couldn't come to office as normal, and she kept canceling appointment.
mhm,
But this woman that was very passionate in even helping women, speaking, writing, talking about it, very
mhm,
powerful woman. But now she started having a lot of abuse in her relationship, physical
mhm,
abuse, emotional abuse, psychological, financial, because she was reasonably wealthy. So it was so much, and she was so ashamed of herself to even let anybody know what she was going through. Okay, because she's seen as this fierce and strong and powerful woman,
mhm,
and suddenly you are brought to the ground because of abuse.
mhm,
So they couldn't reach out to her, and then her working place reached out to us. My family went to meet her, and they found out that she was going through all these
mhm,
issues. Unfortunately, it was so much that before she could pull herself from that toxic environment, she had a stroke.
Wow.
Okay, and the stroke affected her completely,
Hmm.
and she was flown to India by the government of my state, and they spent quite a significant amount of thousands of dollars to see what can be done for her health, because she was a force to be reckoned with from the state, and she was coming very, very strong as a very
Wow.
strong candidate for specific roles. But
Wow.
unfortunately, the doctor could try as much as they could. They did everything, and she came back. Um, and one of the evenings she aired, and my sister passed away. She
Wow.
died.
Wow.
she, to be honest, it was difficult. It was
Wow.
hard. Um, my dad, my dad almost killed himself. I didn't want to eat for 30 days,
Wow.
and this man was old, and you know, everybody just felt like our light has gone.
Wow.
Um, was a very difficult moment for the whole family. Me personally, she really was instrumental in my coming to United Kingdom, and
Mhm.
going abroad, with supporting with a couple of documents as required and everything.
Mhm.
And it broke me, seriously broke me. So because of that, I started finding out. I wanted to know for myself. What actually makes a relationship work. Okay,
Hmm.
what are the things that we can do as human beings to have great marriages?
Mhm.
What are you supposed to know before you marriage? What are the tangible facts and informations that you need to have in your hand to make an informed decision?
Mhm.
And also, what are the elements, the factors? And I begin to go into biology, into the Bible, into failed marriages, into
Mhm.
successful marriages. I went into a lot of things to just find out, even into the way a woman think, the way a man think. I just went all out. And I also studied anatomy, I studied physiology, I studied biomedical science. I just wanted to know things, and I'm a very voracious reader as well, and I wanted to just find out, how can
Mhm.
this thing be better? How can we live together?
Mhm.
And me personally, I know I'm going to marry and I'm going to have a wife, and I didn't want to. I wanted something unique. I wanted my marriage to be different. I wanted it to be to stand out.
Mhm.
Not for pride, but I wanted to enjoy this thing. Okay. I don't want to be like my sister. I don't want to be like my mom or dad. I just wanted something very different for myself. Okay.
Mhm.
But because of her death, it's almost like a big hole and a vacuum was created in my heart. So my
Mhm.
longing and desire to know what makes marriage work. And that's why you can see my title of my book is What Can I Do to Make My Marriage Work? Because I wanted to know what is the secret. So all this thing drove me, and that
Mhm.
was where I came out with a framework called the Love Mastery Framework, a unique aspect that if you master and if you know, then you're going to have an incredible and amazing relationship that is going to drive you for you to
Mhm.
enjoy relationship and marriage. So that event triggered my honest desire in the relationship space.
Wow.
If my sister hadn't died, and I say this not lightly at all, this is the real deal for me.
Mhm.
Okay, and this is why I'm still going. This is why I'm still doing what I'm doing,
Mhm.
because I always remember her. Even today, I thought of her. I was even, talking to my missus. I'm always thinking about her, and sometimes I cry. Like, honestly, I do, because I'm trying to reach out to her. Okay, I'm
Mhm.
trying to see if I can talk to her or something like that. So her departure is the revelation, is the manifestation of what I am doing today. So I
Mhm.
always say to myself, yes, she died, okay, but
Mhm.
her death gave me a beginning of something that I'm doing today, and I've been privileged because of her death and because of the skills and the training and the certification I've had. I've been
Mhm.
able to help couples from all races. I've been able to do
Mhm.
a lot of things to support marriage and relationship to
Mhm.
continue to build like this. And
Mhm.
apart from just helping others, my marriage as well, to God be the glory, is amazing. Is Like seriously, I was telling her this evening from as we came back from church. I just looked at my wife, I just kiss her, I just hug her, and say, God, you know what? This thing is very sweet. This
Oh,
thing is really nice. She was like, she was, what you do? I say, I just I just have peace. I'm just so
oh,
happy. You make my life so incredibly amazing. You are
oh,
wonderful inside and out. Everything I need. So and she now hugged me back. She said, okay, okay, I've heard. I said, like seriously. And I always tell her I told her yesterday. She even reminded me, but you said it yesterday. I say it's not enough. I keep saying it every day because I want you to know that what I have here right now with you at this moment is what most people desire for their lifetime.
absolutely.
Unfortunately, some don't get it.
Mm,
Some get it. So what we have here, I'm very appreciative, you
absolutely.
know, and I tell her, thank you. Like,
Mm,
thank you so much for this. Like, because yeah, you are here, I'm here, but guess what? This thing is not gonna work if it's just you. It's not just gonna work if it's just me. So
mhm,
I love this synergy. I love this synchronization. I love this partnership. And apart from that, the love is so real and
mhm.
so selfless and so fresh
Wow.
every day. So I don't think I can trade that with anything. So and then she tells me and that she's also happy to marry me because that not every man are like me. I say, yeah, not every man are like me because yeah, I know what God have done in me and I know the work I've done on myself and I keep working on myself every day because
Mhm,
I just don't want to help other marriages and my marriage is broken and my marriage is shattered.
absolutely.
Then I'm hypocritical.
Mhm,
So I take my marriage very intentionally, like
mm,
very, very, like step
mm,
by step. People might say, oh, Chinda is speaking there. Oh, Chinda is doing that. Oh, Chinda is getting that. Listen, come to my house and live with me for 6 months. You will know that I'm an addict practitioner. I, I live what I preach. I'm not
absolutely.
interested to just go and
Mhm,
talk the talk, and then behind the scene, my wife is crying. She's regretting. She's not happy. Everywhere is miserable. No, I don't want that. So
absolutely.
I always check myself every week. What am I doing? How am I acting? How am I behaving? How is her feeling? How is her
Mhm,
emotion? What is she doing? Because, sis, I don't want this to end. I love this. This is so sweet. So I
absolutely.
can't jeopardize with it. So
Wow.
this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. Because I'm happy in my marriage, I have to
Mhm.
help other people to be happy. And because of my sister died, I have to help other people not to die.
Wow, wow, wow. Incredible, incredible. Honestly, Chinda, you're doing such an incredible job. I've sat under your teaching, in one of the events that we were part of, and honestly, you're doing such an awesome job. And I want to say, God bless you for, restoring homes, for touching lives. You're doing incredible. So we're really looking at before you say I do,
Mm,
okay? And then we're looking at it in a way of, wearing that wedding gown, looking so beautiful. And then you're just really saying, I do. Before you say that, listen to this, okay? Listen to this. Before you get to that point, just listen to this podcast. Now, I just really want you to, tell us,
mm.
what are some of those things that we should get ourselves ready before we say I do? Some of those questions. How can we just talk to us, Chinda?
Oh my goodness, this is probably one of my my best moment. Having supported and helped married couples from different races. And I'm not just talking about the black community, I'm talking about both
Mhm,
the white community, European, African, American, Indian. I'm just talking across the board.
mhm,
I've noticed that one of the key things that why we are having these problems and issues and trouble
mhm,
is number one, ignorance.
mm,
And in the ignorance, there is chronic lack of understanding.
mhm,
So when you are ignorant and you don't understand things, it's a disaster.
mm,
Many people are planning for wedding day, planning for that day, but they're not planning how to live with that person after that day.
mm.
That is one of the most critical thing you should focus on than just focusing on the reception, the flower, the bridesmaid, the bridal train, and all the pictures, the videos, the keys on the day, the ring and the flowing gown and the smoking machine, right? All those things are okay. They just make that day look like, woo, Cinderella, right?
Mhm.
But guess what? After Cinderella, that is reality.
Mm.
And guess what? All the people that came that day, they aren't gonna be with you.
Absolutely.
Both of you in the same house. So this is, if we get this right, divorce will reduce, breakdown will reduce,
Absolutely.
children separation and trauma and emotional torture will reduce,
Hmm.
society will be healthier, right?
Absolutely. Hmm.
Mental health will reduce as well.
Hmm.
I keep hearing people talking about mental health, mental issue, mental trouble. Relationship account about 52% of mental health for those that are married.
Wow.
Think about that.
Wow.
That's massive number.
Oh.
That's crazy number. So if you are having mental health at work, in business, among your children, the question is, are you happy in your relationship?
Wow.
Because unhappy spouse is a mental health generator.
Hmm.
You can't be sad, miserable, unfulfilled in your marriage and you expect mental health to be brilliant. It doesn't work like that.
Hmm.
So, and I'm talking about this based on fact that I have seen in my coaching room. This
Hmm.
one have mental, this one, mental breakdown, and you are married. When your wife is a headache to you, when your husband is a headache to you, you can pretend as much as you like in the office. You know you are dying inside. You're
Mm.
going back home to meet the lion and the lioness,
Mm.
right? Then how do you expect the mental health to be all right? It's not going to be all right. Okay. So what are the things you need to know? And if you don't mind, I just go a little bit of the scripture the old-fashioned way.
Absolutely.
The Bible say that God created us in his own image.
Hmm.
Now we have God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit, right? Now
Hmm.
three of them are one in fellowship, in unity,
Hmm.
and they are in heaven. So they wanted to extend a creature level of relationship apart from them, and they
Hmm.
made us in our marriage, but we reflect God's image in us. But how do you even know how to reflect God's image? How do you know how to live in that you are fulfilled and you continue to enjoy your relationship? When God created Adam, Adam was naming the animal. Adam was gainfully employed. Adam
Hmm.
was busy. Then when he
Hmm.
brought Eve into Adam, God said, Adam, you know, I know you are purposefully employed. I know you have this business. You have this purpose of in life. You're very futuristic. You are doing this. I love all these things. Great. Which means that you are working in your purpose. But you need
Hmm.
an additional power. You need an additional support. Okay. One
Hmm.
will chase 1,000, two will chase 2,000. So you need a mega supply of power to help accomplish whatever you are doing. So
Hmm.
now it is not good for you to be alone, right?
Mm.
In every human being, there is a longing, a desire that God has put in us because we are relatable creatures.
Wow.
We are not isolating creatures, okay?
Mm.
There is nobody on earth that can survive without relationship,
Hmm.
without interaction. So God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit, they are distinct personality, co-equal in one,
Hmm.
but operating uniquely but in harmony,
Hmm.
right? So the fact you're a human being, you're a wife, potential husband, amazing. You have a purpose, you have a goal, you have a calling. There's so many things God want to do in your life. But you can accomplish that without another one in your life. Even if you are single, As a
Absolutely.
single, somebody will help you in your studies, in your school, at work. You relate, team spirit. Even when you were born as a
Mhm,
toddler, as a child, your parents supported you. They taught you how to speak English, maths, ABC. So you can see that we are very relatable being.
mhm,
And the same thing God wants us to do when we're about to get married. So it's good. It's very good to get married.
mhm,
But this is where the key thing starts for me. When Adam saw Eve, guess
mhm,
what? He said, bone of my bone and
mm.
flesh of my flesh. Hold on, hold on. Do you see bone? Noble IJ, do you see bone or you see flesh? Do you see my bone now or my
No,
flesh?
of flesh.
Thank you very much. Now, bone is inside. You can't see bone, right?
Mhm,
So when he saw Eve, he said, bone of my bone. Do you know what is that trying to say? Remember, the Bible says God took something from Adam, a
mhm.
rib. What did God take? Is it flesh or bone?
Okay.
Rib.
Read.
It's a bone, right?
Mhm,
So he used a bone to create Eve. If you come from a place of understanding, that is alignment from the inside.
mm.
Bone to bone alignment that is inside. So if you want to get married, the first thing is marriage does not start from the outside. You start from
Ooh,
the inside. And
wow.
remember,
Rema.
what makes marriage work is not what you can see.
Mm.
It starts from what you cannot see, the bone inside. Now let's go a bit further. That bone represents character alignment from the inside,
Mm.
alignment from the inside, spiritual alignment from the inside,
Mm.
understanding this individual from a place of purposefulness, from the place of intelligent understanding of
Mm.
yourselves. So, if you are the one looking at flesh to flesh, remember, Adam said bone first before he said flesh.
Mhm.
Could you imagine Adam saying flesh to flesh? You know what that means? When you approach marriage from the physical dimension, marriage becomes a contract.
Oh, absolutely.
And I don't like this breast. I want it bigger. And the buttocks have changed. She've added weight. I don't like this guy. The stomach is a bit bigger now. Um, you are looking at the physical dimension, and the physical dimension now is not dynamic in the
Mhm,
sense that it will come to a page whereby you are not completely aligned or happy with what you see physical.
mhm,
But you know what makes you remain if you start your marriage from the inside? Is the internal, the character, the value, the
mm,
understanding, the connection, the intimacy. That what keeps your relationship going. But if you just see somebody say, wow, I love the boobs, I love the back, I love she's purity, and you are looking at the physical, forgetting the inside, which
mhm.
is character, which is the main thing, and you're all looking at the physical. Well, you marry based on physical. Can I tell you that physical thing you saw will not remain like that for 20 years?
Absolutely.
And that is where you begin to feel like, "Ah, this is not what I came for." So, which means you married in the wrong reason. You
Absolutely.
didn't marry from internal alignment. Now,
Mm,
when I now talk about that bone to bone, that brings me to something very, very important.
mhm,
You cannot marry without knowing who you are.
mm. Wow.
This is so important. Adam knew he's got a bone. Adam knew that Eve has got a bone. And
Mm,
by understanding him, his own bone, and then understanding Eve, his own bone, that
mhm.
was why he said, you are bone of my bone.
Wow.
If Adam doesn't know his bone and the kind of bone he is, he will not understand the alignment of the bone of Eve.
Mm.
So
Wow.
many people are getting into relationships and they don't even understand that simple key thing. Who am I?
Wow.
What is your own bone?
Wow.
Where are you from? What is your source?
Mm.
What are your values? What are your beliefs? What are your mindset? What
Mm.
are the things that are controlling you? How is your life? How is your history? Have
Mm.
you have you learned from your mistakes? Have you made peace with your personal trauma? Are
Mm.
you still carrying baggages of unhealed life and you want to come and get into another person? Have
Mm.
you discovered your own purpose? Do you know why you are here? Are
Wow.
you are you occupied doing things that is going to align with somebody else's?
Hmm.
Because if you are purposeless and marry a purposeful person, a purposeless partner with a purposeful partner, they will fight each other. It's like
Absolutely.
spirit and flesh fighting one another. I can
Hmm.
tell you many times it does not work out because
So,
the spirit will say, I'm leaving, or the flesh will say, I can't be here because I'm not welcome here. So, number one, who am I? Where is my origin? What am I? Where did I come from? What made me? Where am I starting from? What is your own personal knowledge of
mm.
yourself? In other words, what's your temperament? What's your personality? And for me, personality and temperament and your external influences is your character.
Mm.
So your character can be summed up with the bone that is inside you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to meet somebody else, you don't even know your own character.
Mm.
You don't even know your own weaknesses and strengths. You don't know what made up you. Where did you grow up? Your parents, your school, your church, your what you read, what you expose yourself, the environment, your community, your life experiences, your manners, your Christian commitment, whatever it is, your background. You don't even know all these things, plus your personality, which is a fundamental character of you.
Mm-hmm.
How will you align with somebody else?
Mm.
It's going to be very difficult. And
Wow.
by the time you know your own character, you know who you are, that will help you to say, what am I then? What am I? And because unfortunately, a lot of mature singles are, they're getting into marriages today with complete ignorance of who they are. And if you don't know your identity, what constitutes your person, you get into marriage, you will end up as a fake person.
Mm.
You will be having double faced. It's
Mm.
almost like a hypocrite
Wow.
because the thing you are exhibiting in the marriage is not even you.
Wow. Wow.
It's like carrying something that is not you into the marriage, and the person that you've also married doesn't know you. You don't know the person. Ignorant husband, ignorant wife is mega ignorance.
Wow.
And
Wow.
there will be trouble, there will be problem, there will be issues. So when you don't know yourselves, it becomes a problem.
Wow.
And your core traits is not aligning with the other individual. Like myself now, I'm sanguine choleric. That is my typical personality. But I grew up in so many places. I've have several experiences. My wife is phlegmatic, melancholy. And by knowing that, I know my wife's weaknesses like in my fingertips.
Mm-hmm.
She knows my strength. I knows her strength. And we know how we can synergize together
Just
and
bless.
know how we can work together by my strength supporting her weaknesses, her
Absolutely.
strength supporting my own weaknesses. That is
Absolutely.
what we call synchronization, right?
Absolutely.
So if you know that about yourself, you understand yourself in that level, you still go further and say, where am I? The question is, what direction do you have in life? Where are
Mm-hmm.
you going? You're marrying somebody that don't have goal, no plan, no purpose, no direction. They are just meandering around. Wherever wind flow, they go. Wherever things happen, they are just everything. They are people pleaser, no boundary in their life. Everybody is there. Everything just happen. It is dangerous to be like that in marriage.
Wow.
Because when you are someone that don't have direction and you enter marriage with somebody that have direction, the one that don't have direction and doesn't have an open mind, a fixed mindset, they will be threatened by your growth. They will
Absolutely.
be threatened by your purpose. They'll be
Absolutely.
threatened by your elevation. And
Mm-hmm.
you know what they will do? They will fight you.
Hmm.
They will abuse you. They will want to truncate your elevation, ensure they shatter your destiny
Mm.
because they already are unhappy human beings.
Mm.
And now they come into your life, they will do everything they can to ensure that you don't even get to where you need to be.
Wow.
So that is why it's not just about marriage. And if you know their direction, you know who they are, you understand where they are coming from, which is their bone. The other thing again that is necessary, this is absolutely important. Remember, what we're talking about is part of foundational preparation
Mhm.
before you get married.
Mhm.
You need to understand what are your capabilities.
Mhm.
What I mean by that is, what skill set have you developed? What
Mhm.
do you have? Because they say, what do you bring to the table? Excuse me, I hear in Instagram the people say, I bring myself, I am the table. Okay, good. You are the table. Please, what skills do you have as you are the table?
Mhm.
What development have you brought? It's not just dressing up and running around or looking very cute and say, this is me, I am the table. All right, I want to ask you, you are the table. Do you have good communication skills?
Mhm.
Do you have good negotiation skills?
Mm.
Do you have good emotional intelligence skills?
Mm.
Do you have relatability skills?
Mhm.
Do you have conflict resolution skills?
Mm.
What are your spiritual beliefs? Are
Mhm.
you able to manage differences in relationship? Do you
Wow.
understand even what is your own love language?
Hmm.
Are you able to work in a team and in partnership? What are your own personality literacy level?
Wow.
Again, do you have a teachable mindset?
Wow.
Now, look at all these things that I've mentioned. In fact, what about financial management skills?
Mm.
You just go into marriage, you don't understand all these things, you don't check all these things. That's why I always tell people, you say, I want to marry, I want to marry. The question I ask you is, you want to marry? You can only marry when you are able to marry yourself.
Wow. That's, oh my goodness, that's the drop mic moment.
Hmm.
Oh.
You can't marry. Why are you gonna marry? You can't even marry yourself.
Hmm.
You are always arguing. You don't have a communication skill. You have an anger problem. In fact, the trauma of your last relationships is still in your life. You hate everybody. Every small thing you are suspecting people. You're always wanting to fight. You are the one that gossip and fight and do all kind. Look, you are a typical disaster about to erupt in marriage.
Wow.
So you can marry.
Hmm.
Yes, you are 30, you are 35, you are 28, you have PhD. PhD doesn't make sure that you are ready for marriage. You
Hmm.
have masters, it doesn't mean that you are ready, because I have seen some PhD people, they are like heavy relatives to the devil. Oh my goodness. They are evil, like wicked to the core, even though they have PhD. So PhD doesn't mean anything. If
Wow.
your PhD have not helped you to learn emotional intelligence skills, it does not help you to have conflict management skills. You don't even know how to network. You don't even know what marriage is all about. The
Mhm.
basic understanding why you're supposed to marry, you don't know. The person you are marrying, you don't even know anything about the person. All you are interested in is got very big buttocks. It's got nice lips. It's kissable lips. It looks
Absolutely.
nice. Oh, the body is so amazing. Look at the breast. Wow, this is so good for me. Is that what you're looking for? And the lady is saying, wow, this guy has flat tummy,
It
six
has.
pack, he's got so much money, he's driving Lamborghini, he takes me to Dubai. Are you serious? Like, literally, is that why you want to get married? And sometimes you want to marry someone. What have you done? What is the decision? What is the plan? Do you know his financial literature skill? What do you guys do? Do you know his past? No, we just discussed. Yeah. Hello, Abigail. How are you doing? I'm fine. Wow, I was just thinking about you yesterday. Like, what? I was like, oh my goodness, I just felt goose pimple all over me. Like when I came out of the bathroom, I thought about you. My body was just all over the place. Even my private organ was so strong. I just thought about you. Oh my goodness, you know what, Abigail? I don't know what I'm. And then Abigail was like, oh, oh my god, you're making me blush. You make me blush. Okay, you're such a sweet guy. You're just a sweet guy. And then the guy will say, yeah, Abigail, I've just transferred $2,000 in your account. I just want you to buy. I think you wanted to buy new wanted to buy new lipsticks because I love the other red one. It was really great. Oh, really? Oh, thank you. Yeah, okay. Am I seeing you over the weekend? Yeah, I'm seeing you over the weekend. Right. Okay. Good. You know what, Abigail? I know I have to go now, but honestly, I cry anytime I think about you, Abigail. You're just a lovely girl. Abigail, oh, God, you're so sweet. What? Wait. You mean? And then we ask, "Are you going to marry?" Yes. We have been courting, and we've been having a relationship for 4 years. That's what they're talking about. This is relationship. Is it relationship? He take you to McDonald's. He take you to Chicken Licky. He take you to Licky Licky something, and you say, "Wow!" And you watch the movie. You came back, say hello, hi. You are not checking nothing. You don't
Wow.
investigate the person. No FBI check. No background check, no that one check. You're not looking at the father, the family history. You're not checking nothing. All you're interested in, oh my god, goose pimples. You're so
Yeah,
sweet. You're so sweet. I love you. I love you. It doesn't work.
so
It doesn't work.
what are the things that we're supposed to check? What are those questions we're supposed to ask?
Oh my goodness me. You see,
Those FBI questions that you should, and it should go both ways too. Honestly,
yeah.
like what you're saying now was just like cutting down into my heart because when I got married, this guy said
Mm,
to me, one of the reasons I love you is because you don't have ideology. You don't have principles. He said it to me like blankly, just like that. I love you because you don't have ideology, you don't have principles. And what you're saying was just cutting me in. Like it was just like, oh
mm.
my goodness, because I didn't know myself.
Oh my
You know, and
goodness.
honestly, guys, if you're listening to me, before you say I do, you need to listen to this. Very important because if I had listened to this, I would have gotten myself ready. I would have been at least self aware. I would have been able to check the boxes, especially all the
Mm,
things that Chinda had
mm,
mentioned. All the things
mm,
I would have checked the boxes and I would have told
mm,
myself, okay, right now
mm,
I
mm,
am ready for marriage. It's
mm,
not like, you know what? Everybody's getting married. I have to get
mm,
married. This guy said it to me, and that was supposed to be a red flag, but
mm,
I did not see it.
mm.
What are
Be-
those questions before we get right on red flag, or maybe you can just put them together and
Yeah.
talk to us about like the questions we should ask, the spouse to be or the partner, the relationship, the person we're in
Mm.
the relationship with, and then touch red flag at the same time too.
Right. Okay. You see, this is very important. Okay. Um, and I want to use this very practical. I will give a practical example so that you understand exactly what I'm talking about because it will resonate more. I had someone that wanted to get married, okay, as one of my client. Now, these people have done so-called pre-marriage coaching somewhere, in fact, in their local church, and another two relationship coaches. So I did a pre-marriage coaching for another family in the UK, and this guy, they were so blown away with everything, and then they called another couple back in the west of Nigeria, and they told them, "Oh, this is what happened," and this other couple heard, and their daughter is about to get married in the UK, and then they told the daughter, "Find a guy called Chinda Chinda
Mm,
and do marriage coaching with him before the wedding." They told the father, "It's 6 weeks. We've already done three." The father told the daughter, "If you don't do with Chinda Chinda, we're not coming. Me and your mother, we're not coming." So it was
wow.
almost like a threat. And then she called me reluctantly. Excuse me, I got your details. Okay, who is this? Yeah, all right, okay. I said, okay. Oh, your wedding is in 6 weeks. Oh, all right, okay, that's fine. Um, so what do you want? I said, okay, maybe I'll just do 4 weeks with you guys. Normally it's 8 weeks, my pre-marriage coaching, but let's do 4 weeks. And then I told them at the beginning, I said, sorry, my pre-marriage coaching is not a guarantee that you will marry. Huh? The guy was shocked. He
Hmm.
said, we've booked the hall, we have bought clothes, we're all the 6 weeks, everything is ready, everything is done, with the event planner, everything, cake, everything. So they say, like, am I joking? Like, am I joking? I said, no. I mean, I don't guarantee wedding, I don't guarantee marriage. But if you go through my stuff and you come out on the other side, your marriage will work. Guaranteed.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you now. So, because I'm gonna take you through something that you've never ever gone through in your whatever preparation. So
Mhm.
we started week one, week two, week three, week four. Now you mentioned red flags, right? Okay. And I was asking a couple of questions and all that. And I realized something. Number one, the guy is a pornography addict. Heavy,
Mm.
heavy pornography addict. Heavy one. Number two, the guy has an ex-boy girlfriend that they have a company together. They have the same account. He talks to this girl every day, and they have sex with the girl regularly.
Wow.
This other girl they've been dating for 3 years. She have no clue.
Mm.
Okay. Also, the guy is planning to get married in the UK, pregnant this lady, and go back to Lagos to go and stay with the other one.
Wow.
Every time he goes to Lagos, he stay with the ex-girlfriend in their house, but this other person doesn't know,
Hmm.
right? And okay, that is not enough. This particular guy as well, apart from what is happening in the UK, in Nigeria, he also have what he does here. And then in terms of illicit stuff. And then the other thing again is that the guy has an heavy anger problem. When he gets angry, he breaks things, television, push the door, like really, really anger explosiveness.
Wow.
And then the other thing again I found out was that the girl's temperament is choleric melancholic. The guy is choleric melancholic.
Wow.
Same. And then I asked them, do you agree on things? They say no.
Hmm.
So, is there any agreement you've had before the financial agreement? No. That one agreement? No. No, 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 no. We're going to sort it out when we are married.
Wow.
So I said, excuse me, like, seriously? And then the girl was shocked because all this revelation was coming out. Now, this is one of the things I told them. I told them that, listen, I'm a Christian, and then I have what we call the Holy Ghost. And I told them if they lie to me, they're going to die. Okay. So don't lie to me. I told them be truthful. Enter your marriage with truth. Don't enter with lies. If you lie to me, I'm telling you now, and I'm not joking with what I'm saying, you might die if you lie to me. Let all the truth come out in this section. The lie, the truth you've never told since the relationship started. And you can see the guy was shaking on the Zoom call. He was really shaking. And then I asked them, why do you want to marry? Just that simple question. The the, the girl said, um, that this might sound cheesy, but to be honest, she want to have sex because she's a virgin. Huh. I said,
Hmm.
I said, okay, you're a virgin. Oh, okay. Good. You want to have sex in marriage? Okay, yes. Who sex is hungering you? She said, yes, please, really, please. I said, okay. I asked the guy, you have been having sex regularly, like it's all over the place. So the guy said yes too, but he's holding himself so that he can have sex with her in marriage. So I now asked the girl, so you were telling me the reason why you want to get married is to be this virgin? Oh my goodness. What? I was like, really? That is all. She said yes, because she been holding herself. I said, okay. I said, okay. That is the wrongest reason to get married in this planet. Okay. It's not even the first reason or second or last. It's part of it, but it's not even because you will do it and get tired. In fact, sometimes you say, I don't even want to do because you're so tired. Okay. And then she started crying, started weeping. And then I said, listen, from my professional expertise level, from what I can see right now, this marriage is a disaster.
Wow.
It will not work. But you will make your choices, both of you. So I'm going to stop my counseling this Saturday. I can't continue because this is a disaster.
Hmm.
Now, this guy is a fraud, big time fraud. You don't marry fraud because the marriage will be fraudulent.
Absolutely.
So you go and make your decision, both of you. And then the guy was telling on the Zoom call, please, Coach Chinda, tell her I will change in 2 weeks because we're in 2 weeks. I will change everything about my life. I say, that's you and God, not me. From what I know, from a psychological point of view, spiritual point, everything point of view, in 2 weeks, with everything, for 3 years you've been lying, you've been doing all this thing, and you want to change in 2 weeks. I told them, well, all I can say, this is a fraud. So I told them to. So on Sunday, she called me. She was crying. I said, I'm so sorry. What's the problem? She said, I've called off the wedding. Uncle Chinda, I wasted a lot of money. We bought her. We've done this. So we paid for her. We've done bought clothes, my dress, the bridal train, this, that, that. She was so like, I said, oh, okay. You know what? God will provide another money. Okay. So I now ask her, okay, what do you want to do? She said she just want to cry. I said, okay, that I'm very busy now. I'm gonna put earpiece. So let her cry. I want to hear. Let her cry a lot. So let her not worry that I'm working on my laptop, but let her be crying. I'm hearing. So I said, "Are you going to cry?" She said, "Yes, okay. Do you mind if I listen?" She said, "That's all right." I said, "Okay." Then she was crying for 45 minutes. She was crying. Me, I was doing my thing. So when her voice started coming down, I said, "Have you finished?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "How do you feel?" He said, "It's painful, but she feel better." I said, "Okay. Are you gonna cry tomorrow?" She said, "Yes." I said, "Call me and cry again." He said, "Okay, let me just be your crying body for now until the healing finish." He said, "Okay." Thank you. Thank you, coach. The mother called me from Nigeria. The father called me. Like, we're doing video call. The mother was literally dancing, like dancing,
Aw.
praising God, dancing, praising God, dancing, praising. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And then they said, going forward, our daughters, please, any amount of money you need, we are gonna pay from Nigeria. Forget, we'll pay you. Please look after our daughters from marriage preparation. Now, by saying that, you can understand your question you've just asked.
Absolutely. Wow.
Okay. What if they had not come to me? That wedding would have
Mhm.
happened.
Absolutely.
So you see, when they say pre-marriage coaching is a serious thing. It's not a joke. It will save you a lot of headache,
Mhm.
deliver you from a lot of mistakes. So now there were a lot of red flags there, which I've mentioned. You can
Mhm.
number one, they're not even you can see there's a lot of lie, there's a lot of deception, dishonesty.
Mhm.
Okay. And all this thing have been happening for 3 years. You have been dating this person.
Wow.
So I now asked them, what did they talk about? What did they answer? They say they go out to McDonald's, they go and watch movies, they come back home, the girl does PhD, they do. I said, okay, what else? Yeah, they watch movies. I said, okay, do you guys fight? She said, they fight today. I said, they say they quarrel all the time. And then I say,
Wow.
why are you still with it? And I said, oh, is it because of the sex? She said, yes. I say, my father, help me. Please help me. So now, what I did now, I FBI the guy, I CIA the guy, I MI5 the guy, I investigated. I asked question about your father. Where are you from? Your sisters. How did you grow? I even asked him, have you ever beaten girls before? Guess what? All his relationship, he used to slap girls, beat them up.
Wow. Wow.
I say, hey, he said, yeah, that's one of his weaknesses. I now told the girl, so now ask the girl, be honest with me. Has he touched you before? He said 2 times. I said, okay.
Wow.
He's beating her twice. And then I say, what she say? Even one time I was angry and he pushed my television down. Huh.
Hmm.
They are not married. Can you
Wow.
imagine? They are not married. I say, what a dangerous path, right?
Wow.
So you need to ask questions, give scenarios, right, of different where this person from. In fact, how many people have you slept with in the past? Do you have this? Have you have STDs? Ask all those questions, right? Is that something you are doing? Do you have a child out of wedlock? Questions that are very serious. What's your financial stuff? Do you have how much are you owing? Right? How's your credit file? How much are you? All those things go and check. And again, I found out from this guy. The guy, unfortunately, is even in church. God, have mercy. Please, have mercy. This person is in church and he's even a singer. Oof. He's singing. If he praise God here and he speak in tongues. My father. You see, I'm even very worried to even say some things because this person is speaking in tongues and he's screaming and he's worship something in the church. And the
Wow.
girl said that's one of the things that attracted her, thinking he's very spiritual.
Hmm.
He doesn't even pray. He doesn't even do personal prayer. Yeah. How can somebody is doing pornography? You have girlfriend, you're doing you can't have relationship with God like that. It's just not possible, right? You need to find out all these unique things. Ask about their friends, ask about the things they've done. I mean, yes, there is grace, don't get me wrong, there is grace, but hold on. You can also see from the grace based on the reaction of this person, based
Mhm.
on the behavior of this person, right? And I
Mhm.
remember another person as well, they were cutting. This girl she goes with other girls, like they go out to London to go and
Mhm.
to buy things. And it was around past 8:30, I think thereabout. And this guy called and say, where are you? He said, oh, I'm in London. What are you doing in London? I went with the girls, my friends. You need to see the way he was. This is an adult. The girl that is 29 talking to the girl like a 1 year old. Who,
Wow.
how can you be going to, why didn't you take permission from me? They're not married. They are not married. What is that? That's controlling narcissist. I don't even know what to call that one. You
Mm,
have to run. I don't care if you have a Lamborghini. I don't even care if you have $5 billion. You are not married. It's literally controlling every step you make. There
mm,
is no boundaries. There is no demarcations. So all this little thing can be coming up, and you begin to realize that this one. And unfortunately, she didn't marry the guy. She came back to the parents and said she can't deal with this. This is no, 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 no.
mm,
Because there's so many instances, and the moment the guy gets angry here, he won't talk to her for a couple of days,
mm.
and they're not even married.
Wow.
That are red flags. That's what I call normal red flags and abnormal red flags. Yeah.
Absolutely.
The normal red flags, the abnormal red flags is what I'm just talking about now. There
Mhm.
are normal red flags, something like he doesn't know how to dress. He doesn't know. He's like what I'm wearing now. He will wear yellow cap, okay, yellow cap, and then you wear green turtleneck, okay, and then the bangle here is rainbow color all here. Now that guy is crazy. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, so that is what I call normal red flag. So you're gonna ask him, okay, what normally you need the color tattoo shouting. People would think that you are okolo mental. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is let's change this one to lighter color. And he say, oh, you can see he's willing to learn, he's
Mhm.
willing to change, and that you can do that better. Or then the other one could be that maybe his accent, yeah, his accent is so calm, so hard. When he pronounce some word, the white people take for cover, right? Some white people run for cover because the accent is like hippopotamus is hitting a tree. Okay, so you can see that that is changeable. You can try to help him, support him with help, maybe how to speak and upgrade, and is willing. Those are normal red flags. Or is somebody that he grew up eating pounded yam, all his life is pounded yam, and now and you begin to realize that he liked pounded yam too much, and you grew up not knowing how to do pounded yam, and you don't even know how to cook properly. But
Mhm.
this guy love good food. He's not fighting you, he's not intimidating you, but he's
Mhm.
just being clear and honest that he would like to cook. He cooks, he does good, but and you are like, I can't deal with this. And he's got all these other amazing futures value. What do? Just go on YouTube. Hello, type how to do this. Follow the recipe. I can tell you, when you do it, the guy will not even understand you copy it from YouTube. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you see that there are normal red flags. It's not a biggie. It's not something that
Absolutely.
will make you, I won't marry this guy, I won't marry this person, I won't marry that person, and all that stuff. I remember another couple that I dealt with in the UK. This lady is choleric. This guy is phlegmatic. He's so quiet. And she's this one. And she went to top school. And she's very active and everything. And this guy takes things like, the guy also has PhD, very intelligent, but he's very slow in taking some decisions. And
Mhm.
then she came to me, Chinda, I can't marry him. Call it off. I want to stop. Told my parents. I say, you see, I want him to be active. I want him to be like me. I say, I say, okay, let's investigate. We check everything. Oh my goodness. The guy is amazing. He's amazing guy. I say, don't even try. This one is the best thing that is about to happen to you. You want him to become like you. It's not gonna work. Love him the way he is, and then some of his weaknesses. If you are the one that know how to, take care of certain things, take care of certain things, and let him take care of certain things. Use your strength to augment the family. And she said, but the man, according to African culture, the man's supposed to be the head, and the man's supposed to take charge of other things and other things. I say, hey, the man even want you to take charge of certain things you don't like, you don't want. This is what a lot of people want already. So Let your strength serve your marriage in the capacity that you are, and
Mhm.
then let him do his own part. Don't let this. And guess what? They got married. They just celebrated their 1 year now anniversary. And then I was trying to review. She said, Chinda, like this is not a joke. He's he gives me peace. He supports me. He's there for me. He's always encouraging me. He's wow. So she just said, in fact, she started crying. She said, so I would have lost this guy. Like I would have lost this guy just because of this. I say, I told you. I told you. So you can see the guy had some normal red flags, but it doesn't cancel the marriage. It's not like the guy is not marriable. And the good thing about this guy is willing to learn. He's
Mm.
so he's so open-minded. And she have even taught him so many things. And the guy has learned so much. And
Mhm.
now she's coming back to me and saying that she's so happy that she
Mm.
married this guy. So with these practical examples of what I've said, do not allow some certain things that because some certain things that is not aligned to your so-called expectation of who you are,
Mhm.
because not all expectation of yours will be met 100% in marriage. It's important you know that. But at least if it's not something that is abusive, something that is dangerous, something that is going to destroy your marriage or very harmful or death threat, you can work on it through personal development, good communication, supporting each other. You can
Mhm.
move forward, but never marry somebody without finding about their past, finding about whether there was a trauma there, checking what they have gone through, checking their beliefs, checking their spiritual state, their communication, whether they have anger issues. Check all these things. How did they manage what they have right now? Oh, I don't have money. I don't have money. Every time you ask this guy, he's always looking for who to borrow money from. Hey, what is happening? And the guy is earning $5,000 every month. What are you doing with the money? And he's single, and his rent is $900. What is going on? Even if you pay tithe, what are you eating? Every time he doesn't have money. Now,
This
that
one's
is poor money management. And then if he's willing to learn to support him to get better, no, leave it. I don't want. You can't talk to me. I'm the head of the family. The way I treat my money is up to me. Who dare you? Is it because I want to marry you? Sister, please, can you buckle your shoes? One, two, go! Run for your life. That is some of the things I need to highlight on this.
Oh my goodness, this has been, oh my God, this has been so incredible. We're about to wrap up quickly. I just want to know, like, I'm just going to ask you two questions together. So, someone is asking a question and saying, I keep attracting the wrong relationship, the wrong people. And please, what are those tips that, how can I not do that? It's I don't know if it's my fault. I don't know what's going on, but I keep attracting the wrong people. And then just add this one together, ways that we can cultivate healthy relationships. Okay.
Right. Whatever happened in your single life will be magnified in your marriage.
Hmm.
Marriage is a magnifying glass.
Hmm.
It will expand who you are as a single person.
Hmm.
So if you are attracting the wrong people per se,
Hmm.
it's possible. It's possible you are focusing on other people. you
Mm.
are you are so driven to, oh, they need to like me, oh, they need to commend me, oh, they need to appreciate me, oh, they need to see me as so you are pressured to attain some certain expectation out there, and at the end of the day you are overdoing it, you
Hmm.
are pushing yourself, and you are not your real self, which means you are fake.
Wow.
Because you're fake, you attract fake.
Hmm.
Focus on building you up.
Wow.
Focus on working on you. Remember, please, when God created Eve, if was not right in front of Adam, if was somewhere, it was Adam that saw Eve, and he said, hey, now that's bone of my bone.
Mm.
Your internal well-being and internal alignment, your personal development, your
Hmm.
spiritual growth, and your awesomeness will exude. They are like incense, they are scent, they smell out things, they
Mm.
ooze out things, and anybody that is yours will smell it.
Wow.
Hmm, I love that. That could be in the mall. That could be
Mhm,
in the church. That could be on the train. That
mhm,
could be on a training center. That could be on a conference. You just don't know where your Adam will show up, right? And
mhm.
sometimes we are so preoccupied with the location of our Adam. It must be in this church. It must be from my village. It
Mhm.
must be from this tribe. It must be you're so focused and consumed with where you will find your Adam, and then leaving the core thing you are supposed to do:
Wow.
self discovery, self service,
Mm,
purpose,
mm,
spiritual growth,
mm.
personal development, acquiring the skills, building yourself up. The more you do that, I'm telling you, the guy or the lady will show up.
Hmm.
Why you are now busy with all these other, I call it ephemeral transit. You're
Mhm,
just so pressure to please people, pressure for people to notice you. That's another
mhm.
thing. I must be
Exactly.
noticed. I must be noticed. And
Mhm.
sometimes in the process, you start adding fakery. You're not real. You're
Absolutely.
not authentic. And let me tell you something. If a guy or a woman, especially guys, a guy can just come around you. You know what they want? They want the body, they want the boobs, they want this, they want the kissing, the lips, and all that. By the time they are done, you'll be so surprised. That same guy is marrying next week. That same guy is marrying 2 weeks later. You're like,
Mhm,
but we did it. You told me no, because you is so fakery. It's
mhm.
so unrealness. And then the other one, they just say, okay, this one is real. This one is aligning. So don't be in a pressure environment. Don't continue to push yourself. Your bone will locate your bone.
Absolutely.
That's what I have to say around that.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Chinda. Quickly, last question, I think. What would you tell your younger self? You know,
Wow. Okay.
that's one
What
of my favorite questions. I like to ask this question.
this is beautiful. You know, um, I would tell my younger self to find a mentor.
Hmm.
I think that's
That's
all.
yeah. Wow.
I will tell my younger self, find a mentor. If I had mentor from the age of 10, 11, 5, from the age, a mentor from the age of 13, 14, and really, really invest in me, there is no way I'll be where I am today. That's for sure. But
Absolutely.
I'm grateful for the grace of God that can make you buy time and buy some of your time back, based on changes and transformation that has happened. So my younger self, definitely 100% find a mentor.
Wow. Wow. That's incredible. So tell us about your book. And where we can find your book.
Right. Okay. My book, you can find my book on Amazon. Okay. And also you can also find it in Kindle, in this scribe D, and a few other places like that, on my website www.maritime.com. And apart from that book, I have an online course as well that's coming up, which is incredible and amazing. In fact, it's going to be fully out next week, after meeting with my mentor today, looking at the final things before we will release it. And it is how to create and maintain a satisfying marriage
Whoa.
daily. I
Whoa.
can I can tell you, sometimes I'm almost like jealous. Why didn't I get this? Like, because I know the amount of content, transformative content. I know the investment that I've gone into this.
Mm.
You can't go through that course and remain the same, whether as a mature adult or someone that is married. It is an eye opener, and one of the unique thing about it is end to end. Everything you want to know about relationships and questions and workbook and all that thoroughly is in there. That
Mm.
is why I can put my hands up. I said you will change when you
Wow.
go through it. So I'm
Wow.
looking forward to getting that out.
Absolutely, guys. I'm going to be putting all of this information about Chinda on the show notes. Honestly, before you say I do, you need Chinda. Honestly, you need Chinda. I am going to be reaching out to Chinda myself before I say I do. I just want to thank you so much, Chinda,
Thank
for
you.
coming
Thank you.
on. You're doing such an incredible job. You're saving lives. You're touching people's hearts and touching their souls, and just transforming lives. And I want to say thank you so much, so
Thank,
much
thank you so much.
for
Thank you.
coming on. Do you have any last final word?
I shared this in a particular postcard, but I think it also pertains to marriage as well. Number one, to have a great marriage and a great relationship tomorrow, first, find yourself.
Mm,
Find yourself. Discover yourself. Number two, feed yourself.
hmm.
Personal development. You can't give what you don't have. A lot of the problems and the challenges we have in marriages today because we have a bunch of men and women that don't have anything to offer in marriage.
Hmm.
And I want to say, and sometimes I'm blunt about this, just because you have a private part, it doesn't make your marriage work.
Hmm.
Marriage is beyond what is in between your two legs.
Hmm.
But most people forget that. And then finally, the final F is fight yourself.
Wow.
What do I mean by fight yourself? Yourself is the cause of divorce. Yourself is the problem in the marriage. Marriage is an entity, it's an organization, it's a unit. There's nothing wrong with it. It's great, it's amazing, it's honorable. But those that causes the problems and the trouble is you. So you need to fight your ego,
Hmm.
fight your pride, fight your selfishness, fight your stubbornness.
Hmm.
Those things that will hinder you from being the best version of yourself in your marriage, in your relationship, fight it. Your impatience,
Wow.
your anger tendencies, your lack of appreciation, your ingratitude, your lack of intentionality.
Hmm.
Fight every day. Fight. So, one, find yourself. Two,
Feed it.
feed yourself. Personal development is key.
Hmm.
Growth is key. And three, fight
Yourself.
yourself. If you do these three things, guaranteed incredible marriage awaits you.
Thank you so much, Chinda. I want to say thank you so
Wow, what an
much. This
incredible
has been
episode. I
incredible.
hope you've been blessed by this
I want to
episode.
say
Please be
again,
sure to
thank you. God
subscribe so that
bless
you'll
you.
be the
Thank you
first
for
to know when
sharing.
we upload a new episode. And please feel free to also tell a friend if this episode has greatly inspired you. You can visit us at thebeautifullybrokenne.com. You can also send us an email at nobleij@nobleij.com. We're also on social media at The Beautifully Broken Me. Thank you for listening. Stay blessed. Be well.